What up, everybody? Wise Guys back in the building with another video. Sorry for the delay, but man, we gonna come with that heat. I promise you, man. So, without further ado, Sammy, tell them what to do.
If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. We need those subscribers so we can get monetized. We need the comments so we have something to talk about with y'all. And we need the likes just to keep the algorithm going and getting us up in these feeds. So we appreciate y'all hanging with us, rocking with us, and you know what I'm saying, really digging the content. That's why we back. That's why we trying to stay back and try to stay consistent. So please, if you haven't done that, do that and hit that bell. They say that bell really works. I don't know. I'm new to this YouTube thing.
Now the bell works. Y'all hit that bell like Taco. You feel me? So appreciate you guys' patronage. Y'all like these Charleston White videos, so we gotta do some more of those because those things always blow up. It's a slow blow up, but them things blow up your weight. Slow, yeah, I said that word, blow up your weight. Y'all don't steal that one. And Susan goes in the building, says who reefer the channel to me, Red Pill Nation. Yes, sir. So let's do it, man. Let's get into it. So let's talk about women and putting their hands to themselves. And so this is a topic that I want you to kind of expound on it because you have a daughter, and I know you are imparting certain things in your daughter that's going to take her to the rest of her life. And I'll kind of start with my little small preamble, and I really want you to drive this point home.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have in society right now is everybody wants to be equal. You know, no problem. But when you understand, and this is from my view, I'm not speaking for Sammy, I'm speaking for me. When you are equal, you are susceptible to equal outcome. You don't get unequal privileges, and then unequal when the outcome comes the same. You don't get to step back and say, "Oh, well, I'm a woman. You shouldn't do that." Well, under this society says that men and women are equal. So you put hands on a man, the man can do that back. And I say that to say this: as men, we understand. Even like men aren't equal. So some dudes are bigger than you, stronger than you. They got more gumption than you. They got more whatever you want to call it. Je ne sais quoi, which in French means I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you got to keep that energy level with certain people because if you put hands on them or you talk to them in a certain way, we're talking men to men level here, there's a high to low level threat of violence. So, you know, in short, you know that certain people, you handle them different. It is what it is. The world is what it is. I ain't make the rules up, damn it. I just live in the world. So when you juxtapose that to this issue with, you know, women and putting hands on men and the outcomes you get, you got to understand in that world, you don't get to dictate the terms when you engage in combat. So let me lay the groundwork with that, and we're gonna provide 2 videos to some backdrop. But before we get there, I want you to tell your part of this.
Well, as far as just my thoughts on women, you know, keeping their hands to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I think that because I don't only have daughters, we have sons too, and we teach them the same thing equally. Keep your hands to yourself because it's 2 things you don't control. If they hit back or how, you know what I'm saying? So you cannot get upset with somebody if they hit you back or how they hit you back when you put your hands on them. It don't matter. You need to have some kind of self-control to where you don't do that. You can't lash out that way where it gets physical because you don't know how they're gonna come back at you. And you don't know what buttons you pushing with that somebody. You don't know, like me, I feel like if somebody's at the point where they want to get physical with me, I feel like they want to kill me because at what point does it stop? Like, all right, fight over. Like, no, like, because I'm gonna fight you hard. I'm gonna fight you hard, and I'm gonna fight you till I don't see you moving no more, and you're not a threat. You're no longer a threat, and that means to me that somebody got to die. So every time I feel like you got to get in a fight, somebody could die, and that's the way I look at it. That's the way I relate to my kids, and especially my daughters, because this world has told us that, oh, she's weaker, she's the weaker sex, she could just hit him and it didn't hurt, so she could get away with it. He needs to have self-control. No, absolutely not. She needs to keep her goddamn hands to herself. And I tell them that all the time, not every week.
I forgot you got a stepdaughter too. My bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that needs to be driven home in every household, because that would alleviate a lot of the problems that we see in society right now. They think they have the what's the word? Not clearance, but they think that it's okay to do that. They think that they have some kind of immunity.
I'll help you out. It's social contract.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Like it's not socially accepted to hit women back, so they feel protected in a sense. But then life is showing you that you're getting your ass hit back. You getting messed up when you putting your hands on people at the wrong times. So what do you want to believe? What's make believe or what life is really showing you? Nobody's gonna sit around and be anybody's punching bag, nor should you. No woman should be sitting around being any man's punching bag. No man should be sitting around being any woman's punching bag. It shouldn't happen either way. And if you can't take accountability for that, you don't need to be with other people. So that's what I got on it.
That's the long and short of it. Because the reality is you can't control, like you said, the outcome of your actions. And I think in this society, we play this goofy game where we'll act like, everything again is equal. But then when it actually plays out in normal terms, then it's like, oh, well, no, you should do this because that. Well, I mean, goddamn, you're sending mixed signals, man. Which one is it? Which one is it? Now, for that reason, I don't play that game. I don't, again, when people say like misogyny, that word doesn't exist to me. Just like when some people say misandry, whatever, that word does not exist to me. I don't play by those rules. I understand life for what life is, and I accept life for what it is. And then the reality is men and women are not the same. And we know this in every facet. But again, you let modern, liberal, however you want to, frame that sensibility show, it's almost like everything is just nebulous. Like, you just whatever you think it is at the time. No, because I mean, I literally had a discussion with this, I call her a young lady, but she's about my age out here in LA. And she literally said history is whatever she thinks it is. I was like, so you don't go off of text and like reports? She's like, history, because I'm going to go ahead and lay it out. I'm going to be brief. She basically said that history is based on white man's version of history. And then, obviously, it's the black chick talking. And the irony is she's married to a white dude. I was like, make it make sense, man. Shout out to Kevin Sanders, man. So I was just like, okay, the white man's history is fucked up enough that you don't take it for on any level, quote unquote. But the white man good enough for you to marry with and lay with every day. Make it fucking make sense. So, and I understood the whole thing is that she's just talking. Some people just be talking to be talking to be heard. And, I understood for what it was. And I called out, to me that logic was just goofy as hell. Some of y'all may disagree with that. I mean, that's cool with you. Cool for you, rather. But so people go out and say things like this, but they don't mean it's disingenuous conversation. So I want to show these two examples of how the world actually is and not how the world ideally wants to be. Mm-hmm. So let's start with Patrice O'Neal, man. And he has this video, man. It's called Respect the Biceps. So he tells a story about how he learned. I was like the old school. How he taught his girlfriend to start understanding the fact that men and women are different. So let's go ahead and hop in. You got anything before we go?
No, I'm sharing it on Facebook now so we can get more people in. But okay. Yeah, they definitely need to hear this topic because this is a problem. It's a real problem. So
it is.
But yeah, go ahead, run it.
Let's get it.
Like bitch at GameStop. I'm sitting there talking to them. At GameStop, there's only one goofy ass motherfucker who's taking care of a whole store full of gifts, and he is slow and he's an asshole. And when you get to him, you wanna develop a relationship with this nigga. So I'm talking to him, and this motherfucker's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go. What about Gears of War? What about this? What about that? What you think it is? What's new? What have you heard about this? I bought some new shit. World War II battle thing with planes and boats and shit. So he's like, oh, and this big black, all this shit chat, all this, with nobody there to stop me from punching her in her fucking mouth, except for social contract. The fact is that she believes that socially I can't knock her in her fucking mouth.
And so now this kind of deviates a little bit from inception about what we're talking about putting your hands on people. But this is kind of the same thing in the sense that, like, again, as men, we understand it's a low level threat of violence. So if you behind another man and you just like, damn, nigga, hurry the fuck up. God damn, shit. What do you think's gonna happen over the course of a few comments?
I mean, this shit gonna escalate.
Come on. It's gonna turn to nigga, you got me fucked up, and we know what happens after that. So
it's gonna be somebody got to step down, or it's gonna be a fight. And
thank
that's
you.
the only two options. That's it.
Thank you. It's the same thing. And so what Patrice is laying out, that even from a verbal standpoint, some people feel as though you can just say anything about some people. I mean, women, y'all feel like y'all can say anything and there's no recourse to your words. And the only thing stopping the person of taking it how a man would take it to another man is the fact that most men buy into the fact that you don't hit girls. But you're gonna find the wrong, and Patrice gonna lay it out. I'm not gonna overstep the.
But if I was at a screw loose, I could turn around and wring this bitch's neck just for that. Now my girl did that shit talking to some motherfucker, and she's in his face like, let me tell you something. I walked away. She goes, whoa. She runs up to me, right? And goes, why would you do that? Well, why would you run? You know, he could have, he could have what? They could have what?
Why do it? Why do it?
Now she has an option. That dude could have punched you in your fucking face. And you couldn't do shit about it except for look at me. So you're gonna have to learn respect. It trickles down from me. You have to have anger.
No, you don't.
Shut up. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. That little trick you're doing now, guys,
She goes,
that's
what?
level 2. I've always been that disregarding. God, calm down, Mr. Angry. He's so angry.
And so I gotta say, and what he's saying is correct. Like when you get into that fight or flight mode, you're not thinking about now. Men, as men, we should try to think past the aggression, the anger, the frustration, or what have you. But reality is, in these real life scenarios, man, when tensions are high, man, something about to shake after that. So, and what he's kind of speaking of is like, him getting passionate about the fact that you talking to me crazy, and I got the license to turn up on your ass from just a human level standpoint, but social contract has to reel me back in that you gotta just let this woman be obnoxious, let her talk, because if you react the wrong way, you look bad at the end. You got anything?
No. You said it all. It was doing this echo thing though. Like I don't know if this is too loud or why I was doing that.
Oh, it's echoing?
Yeah, it just at some points, but
okay. Well, we gotta power through it. If we gotta switch it up, we can switch it up. So
yeah, it didn't do it the whole time. So
all right, bet.
All guys are angry like that, Kev, because you're asshole. Not just you, your people.
You're
not the same
You have to
people.
fucking deal with it because you want to get inside of us. You do.
Who gives a fuck?
Apparently you do.
Wait a minute, I don't want to get inside my girl no more. There's so many different ways we fuck. I use that Febreze bottle. We're despicable people. I don't have to get pussy from my girl. I put up with it because I love the bitch.
All right, so and Patrice kind of going into his relationship stuff, and I kind of want to keep it on the subject matter, but and so again, starting the backdrop, like because of social contract, a lot of men, hold back when if it's another man, you be granted no clemency. It's like, dog, who the fuck you talking to? And it's on from there. Like that's all it take. You know what I mean? And as men, we understand. Like, so if let's just say we in GameStop and some dude taking forever, I'd be like, the way we would handle it. Well, I can say the way I would handle it. Like, yo, fellas, I gotta, go, or like, can we? You're gonna try to soften it up, and you be like, goddamn, you know what time it is.
mm-hmm.
You know what time it is. So, and I think women just understand. Like, listen, man, some dudes got restraint, and they'll let you make it. A lot of dudes, some dudes, no, it's a no-fly zone. So again, this is the world y'all created, equality, right? If everything's equal, you're gonna get that same smoke either way. And so y'all gotta learn to temper these kind of things and to not put yourself in these precarious situations because it can lead to bad results for you.
Absolutely. And I think that I was having a conversation on a post last week about some woman putting their hands on somebody, and they was just real. adamant about how he should have had some self-control. And I'm like, true. Like we need to be accountable for ourselves as well. But what about her self-control? She don't need to have self-control. She doesn't have to have self-control. She can just do whatever she wants, and then he has to be the one to be the bigger person because he's technically probably the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, and I respect it, but I don't respect it, which is why I don't teach my kids that way, because there's no way that I'm going to, and this is from her dad speaking, like their dad speaking. So Journey, my stepdaughter, Zoe, my daughter, my biological daughter, if they come to me and tell me middle of the night, Daddy, come over here and kill this nigga because he just whooped my ass, I'm gonna be like, first off, us as men, we know, like when we meet a man, we can pretty much see the temperament of this guy. Like you talk to him enough, you know what kind of temperament this person has. So we know if this is a person that's gonna whoop your ass if you slip up, or somebody that you really got to push to that point. So I'm gonna know when you call. It's like, well, you never know. But I'm saying, like, I have a good idea. When
you got an indicator. I got you.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, what happened? Like what happened? I need to know what happened. And if she tells me that he woke her up and had her phone and just stole off on her, okay, I'm gonna come see him. You know what I'm saying? But if she tell me that he woke up, was on her phone, saw some shit she didn't like, she got mad and took off on him, and then he hit her back, I'm not about to go press him on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't feel right as a man doing that. As a dad, as a person, as a human being, I wouldn't feel right doing it. I feel bad that you got your ass whooped for some stupid shit that you did, but the stupid thing that you did was put your hands on somebody else. And that's the possible outcome whenever that happens. I don't care if it's somebody you've been with for 10 years, somebody you just stepped on, bumped into at Walmart. Like that's always the possible outcome. And you can't live your life thinking that you're gonna get a pass on that shit because you're a little woman, you're a smaller woman, or even a bigger woman. Just because you're a woman, it's not healthy for you. And if we're talking about just being realistic, it's not healthy for you. Because that man is probably gonna be okay. You the one that's gonna be messed up. You know what I'm saying? Most times. So I think that what needs to surround this conversation is, and why we should teach them that way, is because it's healthier for them. It's not to protect the boys. It's not that. It's to protect yourself. You just don't hit people. You know me. I've always been that way. Like, don't fucking touch me. I'm not going to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to do that because we don't play like that. People don't play like that. I can't play like that. I don't really like slap boxing and all that shit because you slap me too hard. Like, I'm going to think that you try to get one in, it's going to turn into a real fight. So I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to play like that. None of that. So hitting that's next to the next level to death to me. It's like, all right, somebody get hit and they get hit too hard and it's a fight. And anything can happen in a fight. And I've seen people die for the dumbest shit in fights. Just literally falling and hitting your head on some clumsy shit. None of y'all could fight. And one of y'all fell and hit your head on some clumsy shit. And now one of them dead. Now you dealing with court and trying to stay out of jail for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Over some stupid shit. That probably wasn't even worth it. So I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because our parents... I know back then it's like somebody hit you better hit them back, or if they do this to you, you better hit them back. It was certain things where it was okay to hit a motherfucker. Like somebody talk about my mama, nigga, that's it. I'm taking off on them.
Yeah.
Really? I remember you told me back then somebody said something about your mama had to do something with a washing machine.
Washing machine booty.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say all of it, but I know that pissed you off. But you didn't hit him. Wait, or did you hit him?
No, I ain't hit him.
Yeah, you didn't hit him, but it bothered you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, that's self-control. This is somebody that has a sense of self-control, because I know me, like I'm sensitive about my mom too, but at the end of the day, like if nobody's touching you, keep your hands to your fucking self. And people don't understand that concept until they the one getting hit and then they the victim. But how are you the victim?
Irony, goddammit.
Right, right. Well, he bigger than me. He knew that didn't hurt. I just barely hit him, and he punched me and broke my jaw. Ain't my fault for being bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't my fault for hitting harder than you. You should have hit harder if that's the case. You was trying to harm me, harm me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I feel like you was trying to harm me and I harm you back, then that's just what it is. And I'm going to harm you worse. You know, but let's be clear. If a woman punches me, I'm not going to punch her back. Like, I may restrain her, may push her off of me. I'm just being honest and transparent with y'all. But I'm not gonna punch her back just because of my own, like, I don't even know what it's called, but my own, I guess, moral foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like, standards. Like, I know that my punch and her punch are not equal. You know what I'm saying? So even in the midst of the moment, I'm not gonna do that. But I am going to make sure that you don't get a chance to do what you did again. You see what I'm saying? And that's just me being honest. I don't know if this is gonna come up in the news 10 years and be like, he said he I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. I'm just telling y'all what it is. I'm not going to do that because I understand that it's not equal. But you need to also understand that it's not equal. So when you do equal the playing field is when you hit somebody. And that's it. When you hit somebody, you just equal the playing field because you now open the door for them to be able to do whatever they deem necessary to your ass because you open that door. So people they really struggle with that shit. And when I say people, I mean women mostly, because men know, we know it's not cool to hit women. We know that shit ain't cool. We know that that's a threat. You know what I'm saying? We know that.
We know not to put hands on other niggas too.
Yeah, we don't go around doing that.
You put hands on somebody, you know it's go time. And there's nothing else after that.
Yeah,
it's go time.
That's just it. Like you put your hands on me. You told me that you wanted to kill me. That's what you told me. And I can't let you kill me, so I gotta kill you. And it's some very like fucking caveman ass shit then. You know what I'm saying? Like fight to the death.
What we are. We cavemen. Sorry.
Right. That's what it feels like sometimes, you know. So it's not that we know not to hit women, we know not to hit people. And I know that because in like competitive sports, like people get the jawing, but we know that once it gets physical, it's on another level. All that talk shit go out the door. It's like, oh, no, it's something else now. And I don't know that. I was talking to my wife about this the other day. I don't think that women care when it gets to a certain point. Once they don't care about shit. Like they just black out. Once they say I don't care, nothing matters. And then if they hit you, they don't realize. Maybe they do, but they just don't care. They don't care.
Thinking past emotion is the problem that women struggle with. Thinking past emotionality.
Yeah.
So when you get yourself to, I mean, it's hard for men too. To be honest,
Right.
When you get emotional, it's hard to control yourself.
Absolutely.
Women live in emotional land, so that's why they are more susceptible to do things like that. And then when the emotionality switches off, oh, well, I just thought that no. You don't get to control all the variables, man. You don't get to do that, and that's why you got to get ahead of it. And when you feel yourself getting emotional, you need to step away. That's what the fuck you need to do. That's what the fuck you need to do. Yep. And it's mostly like self-coaching, because it's hard. It's hard to detach from when you turned up, when your adrenaline is going. It's hard.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it may be just as hard for that person who you were going at, because they can come at you with that fire. Or like, even let's put it in men's terms. You come in with them hands and somebody pull a gun on you. A lot of these states are stand your ground laws. So if somebody come at you swinging or threatening you, you got a license to pull that strap out and lay them down, right? Mm-hmm. So it's the same vein of the same situation. Like, you need to control yourself, because if you don't, you get the results you get. I'll give an example, man. Black man got gunned down by this white dude. I think it was in Florida. And the dude, he came in the parking lot. It's always Florida. Florida got all the upstanding people in the world. But I think he cut him off in a parking lot or some shit like that. The black dude and his chick did. And I think the white dude yelled at the black chick or whatever. So the black chick goes inside the little convenience store, and the black dude comes out and like charges the white dude who was in the wrong. The white dude's in the wrong. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it came at him in a threatening manner. He pulled that strap out and laid his ass down. And he didn't go to jail for it, because the black dude did lunge at him. Now, again, the white dude was in the wrong for what he did as far as the parking shit. but that doesn't give you license to go put hands on somebody because you're upset that they or some hoe ass nigga that cut you off in the parking lot. You don't have license to go put hands on somebody after that. And that's unfortunately a lesson that brother learned that cost him his life. So with that being said, these things give you real results that we can observe. And when people act like, everything's pie in the sky, like, no, we're getting real life outcomes that lead to bad results. And it's because of people thinking that you're Teflon. You are not. You are not.
Yep. That's the long and the short of it, man. That's what happened to our partner, Milvio. He's a boxer and he was becoming a boxer, and these dudes, they ain't want to box. So he called them out to box, and they ain't want to box, so they shot him. They shot him and killed him. You know what I'm saying? And it was just supposed to be a fight, like 1-on-1, and dudes don't want to fight no more. And I get it. Like I understand. Like ain't nobody trying to be like us, like 38 and coming home face all messed up, and they gotta go to work, and you know what I'm saying? Like who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. So you're gonna protect yourself, and the easiest way to protect yourself is by making them not a threat. You know what I'm saying? And me, I have my gun everywhere I go, but I pray I never have to use it. I swear I do, because nobody wants. Well, I don't want to kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't want to be in a position where somebody can kill me and I can't defend myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and that's just the thing of basic survival for human beings. So I imagine that that's the same thing for a woman, a man, anybody that wants to continue living. That's the outlook that you're gonna have. And if you have that outlook, then you're gonna do whatever it takes to protect yourself. If you know you're not a fighter, then you're not gonna engage in a fight. You're gonna warn them. Be like, hey man, I ain't trying to box you. You better back the fuck up. Like you're gonna give them like a bark, a loud bark. Like nigga, I'm telling you, because this fight ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking come over here. And if they lunge at you, and you and they are the aggressor, and you put them down, that's on him. That's on him, because he said, "Fuck what you talking about. I'm gonna take my chances." Nigga rolled rolled the dice and lost. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, life is too precious to be thrown away like that, man, over senseless situations. You know what I'm saying? And we really have to learn emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to be able to control our emotions. We have to be able to have some kind of self-control. When we get heated, we got to know how to calm down. It's just, that's important in life in general, because you don't know, life is life. You don't know or control what happens to you. What you control is what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? So you're that's your character right there. How you respond is shows your character. So you can't say, like, I can't say I'm gonna leave right now and somebody ain't gonna T-bone my ass. Me, I'm gonna lay there till the ambulance get there. But I'm just saying, like,
whiplash.
Yeah. But I'm saying, if I'm having a messed up day and I'm like, man, this motherfucker seen me, you know what I'm saying? And they just hit me anyway. It could be I jump out and I'm like, man, you tried to kill me, and it'd be something else. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really, you got to work on yourself at all times, because you don't know when you'll be tested, and you got to be ready for that test, because the time you fail could be fatal, you know? And I've seen it time and time again with different people, friends, people that I don't know, stuff in the news. It's just, life has shown us enough that it shows you that it's not playing. You know what I'm saying? And people are not playing. Nobody wants to die. That's just like the basic survival. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basic survival shit.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, self-preservation is what it is. And what the hell? Anyway, self-preservation, you're gonna preserve your life. Yeah, at every turn possible. So you just have to give that same respect to people. That's why you give respect to people. You respect the unknown. And I always say that. I live by that. Respect the unknown, because you just don't know. You don't know what you don't. Right. And that's important to do. So I think if people did that, then we would run into less of these situations. But like you said, people that can't control their emotions, and that's men or women. And whenever I hear that a man took off on a woman like that, well, that nigga bitch. But I'm also like, well, wait, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Because if I hear, and then it doesn't justify any of it, but I'm saying like I understand more so if somebody has been sitting there. Just imagine me sitting here, my wife she over my shoulder and she yelling at me, and I'm not giving her the response she want, so she just start wailing on me on my head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? If I turn around and push her ass into the wall, like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? So that's why I'm saying, like, context matters. It doesn't absolve me from my wrongdoing. I could get up and walk the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I could do that. But again, in real time, depending on where you at in your life, you got to know that it could go any kind of way, you know? So I think that when I hear those things, I'm like, well, what the hell she do? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did he hit her? You know, it did. And if it's anything short of she hit him first, then he a bitch in my eyes. That's just what it is. And that has never changed. I don't give a fuck what it is. You cannot tell me that she did. I don't care what she did. You hit her and she didn't touch you, you a bitch in my eyes. If you hit anybody and they didn't touch you, you a bitch in my eyes. And that's a man or woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I view it. And I just think that people, if they had that same respect for each other or the respect that they want for themselves, we wouldn't be running into this shit. And we run into it way too often. And it's times that we don't hear about, because I hear about it all the time. It's like, yeah, he put his hands on me and I, you know, like I'm afraid and this and that. And I'll be like, damn, like he was really tripping. But then the more I grew, it's like, okay, so what happened? You ask qualifying questions. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to know the situation from top to bottom so you can understand. You just
make an
need
assessment. Make a real assessment. So you can make a real assessment about everything.
Right. A fair assessment, you know? So I think that people, they like to run with narratives. They like to run with the headlines, you know what I'm saying? And it's generally more to that story. Most people, I'd like to say, and this is just anecdotal, but I'd like to say most people that I know would not just hit a woman just because. Yeah, they just wouldn't. But most of those same people are not the type of people that's just gonna sit there and get hit either. You know what I'm saying? So do with that what you will, but understand that you don't have, like you said, the clemency to just take off on people and not have to suffer the consequences, whatever they may be, you know? So
there you go.
That's all what right. I got for it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I vary a little bit in the sense that I think emotional abuse can lead to somebody getting their block knocked off, picking and prodding, digging at somebody.
Think so?
Yeah, absolutely. So because verbal abuse goes, you know, perfectly fine when it's a man doing it to a woman and the woman goes off on his ass.
Right.
People accept that with no issuance. The other way around, not so much. And I think that's the reason why. I mean, I think white dudes struggle with this the worst. Like we go and just go murder their woman. I think there's a lot of verbal abuse that goes on, and they just can't take it no more, and they fly out. I'm not saying that a person deserves to lose their life for verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am saying is, if you're going to accept it one way, you should accept it both ways because they do lead to adverse effects. That's what I'm saying.
Agreed.
And now I would encourage men to be better than that situation and not allow yourself to be subjected to it. If you having that, you need to remove yourself from it because at the end of the day, the onus lands on you, whether you like it or not. The onus lands on you, and that's just unavoidable. So I don't give men excuses because no matter what people say, we're not equal. And in the eyes of we know this, outrightly in the eyes of justice, you will have stronger or more stringent penalties for your actions. That's just, I live in the real world, man. I don't live in an ideal world. Mm-hmm. So meaning you as a man, you're going to be relegated to more stringent standards. And that's just what it is. Mm-hmm. You need to accept the terms and navigate appropriately. So I want to play this video real quick. Pink Book Lessons, man. Shout out to her, man. She's a great female content creator. Mm-hmm. She talked about this incident in New York, and we'll do about half the video about this 19-year-old woman who slapped, pushed, whatever you want to say. All the instant replay gurus, y'all can help us here. But put hands on a NYPD cop, and we're about to see what happened after that. Disclaimer: she got paws put on her.
She's a 19-year-old young lady It's a big debate.
Well, there you go. You kind of see right off the breath. So we're gonna unpack this and address this to kind of get some full context and kind of see what Pink Book has to say about it, because she's very good being down the line and honest about things. So let's keep it going.
Going on about this. Some believe the officer was justified. Others say he was wrong. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click that notification bell.
You guys go subscribe to Pink Book Lesson
for all updates. If you're watching from Harlem, drop Harlem below in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you. The NYPD launched an investigation after a video went viral.
So instant reaction to that, Sammy.
Oh shit. That's my instant reaction. Oh shit. Like, ooh, as I can say. God
PD launched an investigation.
So my first reaction is entitlement, man. Listen, dog. Listen. I've been held by gunpoint by a cop over some fuck shit. I've been cuffed by a cop over some fuck shit, taking a picture of somebody else getting cuffed, and I got cuffed for it. A cop literally, again, beat me and pointed gunpoint saying, he said, "Shut the fuck up before I bust a cap in your ass," is what he said to me. So I've had some fucked up interactions with cops. And I gotta say, at no point in my mind, I think I could equalize the fuck it upness and put hands on the cop in any way. In any way.
Right.
Did it even run through my mind to do? So when I watch, old girl feel so entitled that you can go push on a cop, slap on a cop, and nothing happened to you? Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that I thought you just meant reaction, but yeah, that is spot on, and that's what it had to be. Like, you gonna go to somebody that has the law behind them to kill your ass if you do something to them, and think that you can really take off on them like that. Like, you really swinging at a police officer that if you cannot even, you don't even have to swing at them. Like, you could just push them and they can kill your ass and be justified.
Absolutely, it's just assault,
bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I'm sure when she caught that looked like a right hook, she thought she was thinking about that on the way down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, how crazy that was.
This is a diagnosis of modern society. Like, you just think you can do anything. You think there's no recourse for your actions. If you feel it, you can do it. And unfortunately, this young lady learned the hard way, but we're going to look a little more into this. Because it gets deeper of the fuckery with this whole scenario.
After a video went viral on social media showing a 19-year-old young woman getting knocked out by a police officer. The impact sending her falling to the ground, where they say she slammed her head on the sidewalk.
Listen. And I'm clapping not because this woman got hurt. I'm clapping because this bitch learned a lesson that, listen, man, you don't get to put your hands on people with no recourse. You don't. And unfortunately, you cannot control the energy, because it's, as you guys are looking, somebody's been arrested while she ran up on him. So he's already, as an officer, in fight or flight mode, and we're about to learn who the person was and what he did. But cops are not going to put up with your shit because you don't like what's going on and you think you're going to come and intervene and put hands on somebody. You're out of your goddamn mind. So she learned a valuable lesson that day. She learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes you got to be put on your ass to learn a very valuable lesson.
Yeah, I learned that early.
She learned at 19. I bet she won't put a hand on another motherfucking officer the rest of her life. I bet that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know, because I'm sure that it's people, like she said, it's people that feel he was justified and people feel like he wasn't. And I'm sure, and I don't know, but I'm sure that she got up and was like, how wrong he was for doing that. He didn't have to hit her that hard. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? And if it come down to it and emotions take over logic again, she'd probably be right in the same position. So
Well, I would say fundamentally, she may think he was totally wrong, and her family, you're gonna see they think he was totally wrong.
Wow.
But I know one thing they probably won't do is fucking repeat the action.
Yeah, there you go.
You can think it's wrong as the day is long, but you learn. Okay, oh, this get you that.
That's
All
fair.
right.
That's fair. All right, shit, roll it.
Let's proceed.
They picked her up, her nose was leaking, and put her in handcuffs. From the video, the witnesses started yelling at the cop, asking him, "Why do you do that?" A bunch of men saying, "That's a girl." And many who saw the video echoed the same sentiment. But you also had a lot of folks who did not agree, who saw the full video, showing the young woman running up and slapping the officer first. The incident was recorded on cell phone video Tuesday, August 30th, as police said officers were on West 136th Street near Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard to arrest a man for attempted murder. While the cops were on the scene, at least 3 people tried to intervene, and all 3 of them.
And my whole thing is even like, what are you hoping to accomplish? This girl thin as a goddamn Twizzler.
Yeah.
Coming at you, what are you gonna do? And to me, that's that entitlement. That's that Black Lives Matter energy. That's that protest energy where you think you're really gonna change some shit with your puny words and your puny goddamn strength. Because all you're doing is being an agitator. So you think that same energy applies to these real life scenarios. And no, that's fantasy world, man. That's fantasy world. Go ahead.
No, I you said it. It was an entitlement. She thought that they would assess her and be like, she's this skinny little chick that's just upset. Ain't nothing gonna happen to her. Shit, she's a threat to them. You know what I'm saying? Like she just said they're trying to arrest this man for attempted murder. They don't know who she is or what she coming with or what she trying to do. And the fact that it lasted that long is surprising. You know what I'm saying? Like, they usually just gonna put you down because they don't know what's going on. Like, they got to protect themselves first. They trying to get home too. And I'm not an advocate for cops, you know. But
same here.
Yeah,
same here.
It is what it is. Like, we got friends that are police officers that, you know, just go home to do their job. Well, they go to work to do their job and they go home to families, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they regular people. So I understand.
I see the kind of asshole I am. I call some of my cop friends and play fuck the police just to fuck with them.
I would do that, but you know,
I've done it to 2 of them.
they would take it as a joke, though. You know, they would.
Yeah, and both of them did. Well, one of them got a little tight behind it, but he essentially understood it as a joke.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. But yeah, she just thought she was gonna make it, and I'm actually glad that he didn't let her make it. That is what it is. The Miles Bridges skin. I thought Miles Bridges is the one that I thought he hit the girl.
I'm not sure behind that one. I got to read. Oh, well, yeah, he hit him, but he probably got hit first. I guess what Rap God is saying.
Oh,
I'm not sure. I don't have full clemency, but I know that messed his paper up for sure.
Damn, see, man,
that messed his paper up. All right, let's get back to it.
Got arrested. A group of officers walked down the sidewalk as they led the suspect away. That's when 19-year-old Tamani Crum was seen going up to one of the officers. He pushed her away. She slapped him, and then the detective immediately responded with a right hook. Some say it was a closed fist, but the city said it was open.
I don't give a damn. It was open or closed. You don't have the right to run up on people, man. You don't. Sorry.
The community is very upset by this. They're holding rally.
Hook, line, and goddamn sinker. Hook, line, and goddamn sinker. You got anything?
It's her mother and grandmother. They're mad.
Now, I'm going to get on you niggas, man. Listen. You the same motherfuckers who raise these people who go out and just think you can do anything. So anything you need to be mad at yourself for teaching your daughter, A, to date better, because you're going to find out why I say date better, and B, act better in public. So I'm going to leave it there. This is on you. This is an indictment on you. But this is the thing, though. A lot of people like to go on, especially our people. We like to go with this sympathy card at the end of the day. Oh, what you got?
It's and I'm glad it stopped right here, because I think that what you're saying, she feels that. She feels the shame of what got that girl in that situation. I think she feels that. I don't know, but in this dude, He just got to show up. He ain't mad. Like he just had to show up to support. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they know. It's just like, damn, man. And we know, like when our family members fuck up, it's like, man, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't embarrass the family and shit. But I think they know. So like we always talk about, them damn rallies and protesting and marching and all that shit ain't gonna do nothing. What are we protesting for? What are they rallying for? Because she ran up on him and got hit? Like what are you gonna do? Like what outcome do you want? You want him to get in trouble for that? Because she ran up on him? Like how would you look at it for yourself if somebody ran up on you? You just need to put yourself in them shoes, you know? So
well, and the funny part is people can do that. They just choose not to. It's selective memory. You don't like it when it doesn't benefit you, but you totally understand. You put hands on somebody, you gonna get hands. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You just are. You gonna get hands. You put hands on somebody, you're gonna get hands in return. And it's just so funny. You know, so she doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her what really is. Give it a crying joke. So clown ass. It's just, man, and my whole thing is, man, in our community, we gotta start cleaning this shit up. We gotta stop absolving shit like this. And this is my opinion. This is Hoop Dog's opinion. This is Cliff's opinion, not anybody else's. But when we let this stuff go by, bad behavior, malbehavior, and then they get these bad results, and then it's like, oh well, this should have happened, and this should like no. You got to start getting ahead of your actions. You can't just always be by a victim of circumstance when you're performing badly individually. Fuck that. I'm off that shit.
I agree with that. I mean, that's just grown up shit. That's just being a good human shit. You know what I'm saying? And
there you go.
Rap God.
You can say, oh, that's being white. You being white. You trying to no, that's just being a good goddamn human, like you just said.
Yeah. Rap God say, why she even slapped him when he's the bigger person? I don't know how females even test their patience. And it's like you said, entitlement. She feels that she's entitled to do whatever she wants and doesn't have to suffer the consequences that anybody else would. It's delusion.
The social contract is he shouldn't hit me back because I'm a small girl. But I can do anything I want to do, though.
Yep, anything. Like, I didn't hit him like that. You don't get to control how somebody hits you back. And I keep telling people that. I told my cousin that when we was on the way to Atlanta last week, I told him, I was like, because he's one, and I ain't going to say his name, but he's one that's like, if a chick talk to me too wrong, like, and she talking and she don't shut up, and I'm a hit her. And I'm like, bro, you wrong for that shit. I said, that shit is wrong. Like, you don't touch nobody unless they touch you. And he's like, I'm just wrong then. I'm like, that's fuck shit. And I told him, I'm going to hold you to the standard. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it true. How long has that person been in jail?
Most of their life.
Talking like that. So it just shows you the psyche of the person talking. Go ahead.
There you go. And so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I told them that. I told them where I learned not to, like, I learned this lesson in 9th grade as a kid, white kid named Cody Bossman at Midway High School. And he was on my football team. We teammates. Mm-hmm. He was in the lunch line. I came in behind him and I tapped him on the leg with my foot. Like what up? Tapped him on the leg with my foot. He turned around and kicked a fucking field goal on my leg. Like, he kicked the shit out of my leg. And and you know me, but at that moment, everything made sense. I could not get mad at him. I could only be mad at me because I could not decide how he returned the favor. No matter what my intent was, like, I feel like it was over the top and all that shit, but I opened that door for that shit. Like, even though it was just a little tap, he turned around and kicked the shit out of me. And I was like, I had to grit and bear that shit. I was like, that'll never happen again. For real. Like, that's the moment I learned that lesson in 9th grade, and it will never fucking happen again because I never want to feel like that again. But I put myself in that position. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that that's the rules that come with the shit. You talking about social construct and all that. The real rules in the real world is you do not know who the fuck you dealing with. And if you do know, then you probably should not put your hands on that person if you know that they the type that's going to hit your ass back. but people don't want to look at it like that. But go ahead, so we can get through this.
Yep. No, that's a great example.
Saying it doesn't matter what she did to him. He's a big man.
I can't. This is the shit that pissed me off with our community, man. It's no recourse for nothing we do. You think, and all we've seen is results that is not the way the world works. It's like we're just putting ourselves in this continuing cycle of failure, and we refuse to not only fix it, we refuse to even diagnose it, man. We don't even want to accept it as fact. This is shit that pissed me off. But let me keep going.
Yep.
3 times her size with lots of training. Listen, we have to talk about this. Mothers and grandmothers, it is your responsibility to teach your daughters not to go around putting hands on people, especially not a police officer. Parents, it's your responsibility.
And just imagine if he was a white dude that laid her down. Lord have mercy.
Oh, what? It'd be all over the news.
Lord have mercy. It would be World War III. But I'm glad this shows that like most officers think the same. You got no right to put your goddamn hands on them, man. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying that officers, like you said, I'm not here to cape for no officers. I'm not saying that these are great people per se, but they got the law on their side. So smart people understand the dynamics and they act accordingly.
Ability to teach your
Oh, what you got?
No, I say you go ahead because
kids respect authorities, no matter if it's a teacher at school, the principal, or the officer in the street. If your boyfriend is getting arrested for attempting to off somebody, and then
Yes, her boyfriend. This is the brilliant part of this. Her boyfriend is getting arrested for murdering someone.
attempting to murder.
Hold on, let me run that back.
Yeah, she said
arrested for attempting to.
Okay, attempted murder. Okay, so this is a classic. You know, we use this word over here, a degenerate. Attempted murder. We're not talking about somebody who was traffic tickets. We're not talking about. Let's go this far. Not even somebody with a domestic violence case. This is somebody who attempted to murder someone. And you are punching, well, not punching, but slapping or pushing, you know, it's up to interpretation over the arresting of this degenerate.
Risking your life, literally.
Lord have mercy. Risking your teeth, risking whatever. This is where we are as a community, man.
Off somebody, and then they say he was armed. He's potentially a dangerous man.
And he was armed at the time. Lord have mercy.
Oh, wow.
I gotta get a drink on this. So it's like, what are we really talking about here? But it's okay. I just want to give the audacity of the actual situation behind, and she still chose to do what she did. That's a problem we got to address in our community, bro.
That's the problem we've been, and I like. Well, I don't like how Pink Book is saying this part is like just authority. Don't leave it to just authority. Just leave it to people in general. Don't put your fucking hands on people in general. It don't matter who it is. It can be the janitor that ain't got no authority over you. It could be your friend. It could be somebody at school. It could be somebody at work. Like, keep your fucking hands to yourself and you don't have these problems. She would have never got her ass knocked out if she never ran up on that man that she don't even know. Like, you got knocked out. It ain't nothing worse than getting knocked out by a nigga you don't know. Like, you don't even know him. They just knocked your ass out. Like, most people fight people that they have some kind of relationship with that went sour, right? Or even if it's a quick interaction, like, you have to get heated enough to have this passion to go to blows with somebody, and you have to care enough to do that. You cared enough to go save somebody that just tried to kill somebody, and hit people that you don't know, that you know have authority over you. They have the law behind them, and at the end of the day, they just somebody that could also just knock your ass out if you run up on them the wrong way. If he had if he had his uniform off and he was just somewhere else and that same situation happened, he probably would do the same goddamn thing. Like, it just would be what it is. So it's not about authority, it's about people. And if people respected people, we wouldn't have these fucking situations. She didn't respect it, and now she had to check it. So, I mean, she know what it is now, but she had to get her ass knocked out all on camera for it. And now, you know, I don't know what is going on. She might have brain damage, or at least a concussion, how her head hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said earlier, you could die. She could have died right there, and it wouldn't have been his fault.
She could have died.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
listen too. Absolutely.
That would not have been his fault at all.
You assaulted him and he reacted. And well, here's my thing. I think in our Black community, we have a problem with authority. Whether that comes from your father, whether it comes from your matriarch of the family, your big mama, granny, mama. We have problems with dealing with authority because we got this free thinking mentality to think that nobody can constrain us, nobody can have dominion over us, and we can just do whatever. So in a sense, I think it is relevant to say authority because that's our biggest problem. We think nobody can tell us shit. Because look at now for those who are Christians, who follow, the gospel, TD Jakes was talking about some of the same shit Kevin Samuels was saying. So basically, Kevin Samuels couldn't tell you that shit, right? He's just a YouTuber. He a fashion guy. All right, he can't tell you shit. Then we're gonna do a Kendra G video. Kendra G is damn near mirroring Iyanla Van Zandt sometimes does this, but there are many people out here who are telling you the same message. Oh, they can't tell you either. Oh, the man of the clergyman, like TD Jakes, can't tell you the same message either. So who the fuck can tell you to rein your shit in? Who the fuck can tell you that being a woman is this, and this, not this masculine version that you're trying to create, right? So who can tell you? Because you don't respect authority. Nobody can tell you anything. So I think it is important to understand that, man, listen, in life, there's a pecking order. It just is. So I understand when I see a cop, I'm going to play the game because I don't have dominion over that cop. I don't. He has the right, what they call it. It's discernment, but it's a certain word they call it in that in the criminal justice field. I forget the damn term, but criminal justice was my undergrad degree. Basically, the cop has discretion. There we go, discretion to do certain things, and if they argue it right, in the court of law, that they get off. So knowing that, I'd be a goddamn fool to try to challenge the cop on a level that he's not to be challenged for me being just a normal civilian. Again, you got to learn respect, man. And I'm not so against her framing it that way because you do it. It starts top down. Because if you don't respect the cop, what do you think she's done to her big mama and her mama over the years?
And probably over that nigga too.
What do you think she's done? Exactly. So she has great picking of a mate, right? So we can understand, we can deduce rather that there's some fallacies all the way through her. But let me power through this video so we can conclude. Yeah, we run a little longer on this one, but it's okay, man. This is a good discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As a woman, you need to sit your behind down. Whatever your boyfriend did, he's being held responsible for it. And part of that accountability means that the officers, they must arrest him and take him into custody. You do not interfere with that. You are making an already dangerous situation 20 times worse. Remain calm. Let everybody do what they have to do in order to make a safe arrest.
I mean, like, honestly, what were you hoping to accomplish right now? You got 11 cops right here. What were you hoping to accomplish right here?
Showing shit down, just
come
chaos.
Come on. With your skirt on, with your tank top on, with no bra, skinny as goddamn olive oil. What the fuck was you hoping to accomplish right here?
He said, "No, bro." I was having a discussion about that. This is a sidebar, but what do you think when you see a woman with no bra on in public like that?
Well, it seems to be a little more on the free spirited spectrum of life. That you're not convicted by like conservative ideas, and you think that you can just do what you want to do, live life how you want to live. I mean, which that's your right, but that's what they kind of and she has an ankh on her pendant as well. So people who wear the ankh tend to be people who are more like free spirited, going into like, and that's an allusion to Osiris, and people who, I'm sure she don't know that, but it's like a half-ass spiritual. Just I go with one of our earlier videos. I let the spirits guide me. I don't know if you remember, man. Our second video we made about a year and a half ago. Yeah, she strikes me as one of these little quasi hotep chicks, feminists.
Makes sense. Yeah, I just wanted to know what your take was on it. You see that?
That's how I strike
And
it.
what if you knew she didn't wear panties too?
Well, she got a black thong on, we can see.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you knew that, like, what would that tell you?
She probably a little loose in the pants.
Fair enough. All right, let's keep rolling.
Don't be silly and try to hold court in the street. The man had a warrant for his arrest. What are you?
Like, come on, man. This is not conjecture, man. This is not made up shit. This is reality. Degenerate, bro. Degenerate. So you about to step up with your club attire and go free this man up from being handcuffed for goddamn attempted murder.
Shooting at somebody.
What we talking about here, guys?
Yeah.
What we talking about here? I mean, we can get it here, man. You know, and Pink Book doing a good job breaking it down, but this is like, come on, man. This is our community.
Yeah. And that's the unfortunate part about it, that this is our community. And like we always say, is chaos and confusion is what defines our culture right now. And we have to get a hold of that. And I think that just starts with your own household, which is, I mean, if the children are the future, then we need to be teaching them the right shit. And
There you go.
I know for a fact, Sammy told me the other day, little Sammy, my son, he said that this girl came in and sorry, I get sidetracked. I see what.
Man, why you just keep talking, Doc?
I always get sidetracked.
Like a little kid, boy. You can't chew gum and walk.
For real, I'll be like, I just do. I don't want to miss nothing.
You ain't YouTube training, man. You gotta just highlight the comment and get to it when you get to it.
I'm learning. Like a text come through, I'm all right, get back to it. I'm learning. But no, he told me that this little girl that that liked him last year or whatever, she hit him, and it was a playful hit, is what she said. And she's like, if I had hit you for real, you would have felt the shoes in my bag, like something like that, because I guess she hit him with her bag. So he was like, well, yeah, I know. I know, but he knows he knows, you know, how to handle that situation. And he's like, keep your hands to yourself, you know, I ain't touch you, don't touch me, you know, and let's leave it at that. And she like, oh, you've been at this white school too long. And that's what she told him. I was like, ooh, that's so only white people know that to keep their hands to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
but that's what we talked about earlier, though. Being upstanding in our community is viewed as being white.
Yeah, which is trash. That's
which
trash.
Ultimately means hitting people is normal to her. And that's what the fuck we do in our community. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry to steal your thunder.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. And he was like, he said, I understand what you be saying. And I was like, yeah. So just stay on top of it like that. You know, let them know that that's not something they can do to you. You handled yourself right. You could have went and told them, you know, the proper authority, you know, and teacher or whoever's around. You didn't.
Yeah, he's in 7th grade now, right?
Yeah, he's in 7th grade. And it's a white Tahoe just pulled up to my house. I don't know what the fuck this is.
It's the white people come to get you for your cooning on the street.
Right, it's the white Tahoe though. I don't know if it's the people or...
That'd be funny if you got like arrested or some shit. That'd be crazy.
Windows too dark. They gotta get in. They got a batter ram this motherfucker. They gonna arrest me. I ain't opening the door. Shit. I ain't here. But yeah, he in 7th grade, and he's learning. You know, he's learning how to deal with females, because he's a cute kid. You know what I'm saying? Like long hair, light skin, little cute kid. You know, he's nice. He still has a innocence to him. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same girl that told him that she want to basically give it to him. And how? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Damn. I got a cut for this one.
Somebody is banging on my door.
Yeah, I know. I'll land the plane here.
Yeah, because I
And,
need to see
and that situation remind me of.
yeah.
So Mike
But,
Jones.
yeah, they knocking and ringing the doorbell. Let me go see who the fuck this is.
All right, go figure that out.
But
All
yeah,
right,
y'all be cool. You can solo it out.
yeah, cool.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna drop you down. All right, so I think we can go ahead and finish the show on that note. But listen, man, keep your hands to yourself. The culture of you thinking it's okay to put hands on somebody, it does not lead to good results. It does not lead to upstanding results. And Rabbit, let me address your comment. Since some church girls are loose with their outfits, especially in the club or bed, allegedly. Well, I've been out the church for about a good 10 years, man, probably a little more than that. But I mean, from what I see, still, of course, because again, I'm gonna say it. It's a lack of discipline all around, and so people just think they can do anything. So when you think you do anything, you're not bound by anything. So when we start to just kind of as a people take a step back and just assess things properly, assess things the right way, we'll come to see that. We'll come to see that practicing better things make better results. And ladies, if you got nothing else from the stream, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. You cannot control when someone else, especially a man, delivers you back through. And also your jaw jacking. Shout out to Coach Smith, man. Rest in peace, Coach Smith. So when you popping off of somebody, you got to understand that, listen, man, this person may have license to just tee off on you. And like we let in with the Patrice O'Neal video, if they have a screw loose, you can't control that. So just be a better person. Don't put yourself in these precarious situations that you cannot get yourself out of and then yell that you're not being protected when you are putting yourself in these situations. So that's all we got, man. I hope y'all enjoy what we do over here on the Wise Guys channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button on this video so more people can get it. We're going to do some more Charleston White because, again, y'all like those, man. It's been about damn near 12K views between two videos. So y'all definitely like those. So we're going to keep those popping. And thank y'all for being a patron of what we do over here. Until next time we out, man. Peace.